I'm Ashley.
And I'm Carla with Pointe Realty. We're back this week to talk about probably one of Ashley's most favorite things to do, to spend time doing. So we're going to talk about home staging, which I'm going to let you kick this off because I know it's your baby.
It is. So home staging is essential when it comes to selling your home. And this is kind of surprising for a lot of clients until I really explain why it's so important. Because it can be a huge factor for you to sell your home more quickly. So the two main things that I have to say about home staging is the online appeal and the in-person appeal. So online, of course, that's going to be more what's listed on the MLS or on the subsidiary sites that homes are.
Right. Because we know that's where the buyers are.
Exactly. So
the
photography,
pictures have to look good.
Yeah. So a realtor just pulling out their phone in a dark room and posting those pictures are not going to sell your house as much as a professional photographer coming out and really showcasing your home. And then for the in-person appeal, it's extremely important because that's the chance for you to allow the buyer to envision themselves and their family living in your home.
Right. So there are a couple of things, just like key things for staging. So obviously, like the first thing you want to do is deep clean because no one's home looks the way it does when they're showing. I mean, you've got to live there. So there's a lot of things you need to do just to get in there and deep clean. The next thing you really need to do is depersonalize. Mm-hmm. So all the pictures, and I say this because we live in Rowan County. So we're a small community in Piedmont, North Carolina. And people will walk into the home, they'll ignore everything in the home if they see a family picture, and they'll walk up and they'll like this close.
Yes.
And then they'll look and they're like, oh, that's so-and-so. Oh, that's so-and-so.
I know them.
So
you have taking away.
Right. So depersonalize your home. Get those family photos out of there. And then another one, we know that there are a lot of pet lovers out there, but you've got to erase any sign that there are pets. First off, people are allergic.
Yes.
But also, I think there's a commercial about being nose blind. And I think that people that own pets sometimes go a little nose blind. So if you're like me, we don't own pets. So I can smell a dog or a cat. It's really easy.
Away.
Yeah, a mile away because I don't live with that.
Exactly. And, if that is unfortunately half of your buyers that are coming into your home that aren't really pet lovers and that's their first impression, that's probably not going to be the best impression.
Is the pet smell. Yeah.
Yep. So some of the other ones that are super important to mention are the bookshelves. The bookshelves, bookcases, really
any
look
kind
at
of
those.
shelving. Yeah.
At my house, mine are a hot mess because my son loves to read and I don't organize them.
And you're not selling it right now?
And I'm not selling it right now. So when they're overfilled to above capacity, it's very visually distracting and it just makes it look messy.
It's sloppy.
Yes. And you want to talk about the rainbow rule? I think this is absurd, but it's actually a thing.
There's actually, I don't know if they came up with it, but they're the masters. But if you follow the Home Edit, they actually have this rainbow rule where they kind of threw Dewey Decimal out and they do books by color. And that is their thing, so you need to go check them out. But I am absolutely obsessed with it.
And it's very visually appealing.
It's visually appealing, absolutely. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. They do beautiful work. I'm obsessed with them, if we're being honest. But anyways, I digress. Window treatments.
Window treatments. Okay, this is a huge one. So the average client actually doesn't know how to install window treatments correctly or to benefit the way that their room looks.
Right, to make it aesthetically pleasing.
Exactly. So if you have like a standard 8 or 9 foot ceiling room or a smaller room, if you install them not above the window, it can actually make your room look a lot smaller and a lot darker.
Right.
And that's just one example. Too, if you have really heavy and dark drapes, that can take away from a lot of the lighting and, again, a lot of the visual appeal. So we always recommend lighter drapes, open windows, open blinds, that sort of thing.
Right.
And then a big one right now, especially because of COVID, is having that functional office space. A lot of our buyers are actually looking for a new house because when they had to start working from home or having their kids basically be homeschooled, they realized not having a functional office space, it was really
Is
a detriment.
problem. Yeah, so all of like the ranch is like the 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Well, now we need 3-bedroom, 2-bath and a bonus space or an office space.
Correct.
And so finding some functionality is really important. So I guess the next thing is going to be really show off your storage. So you can fairly inexpensively upgrade your rugs. And then you also want to look at your owner suite. So
that's a big one.
we call like there's a fly. There's a fly.
I thought it was going to land on me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to look at it. So I can hear it though. So your owner's suite or your primary bedroom, that needs to be sort of like a sanctuary. So I think when you go into all the different bedrooms in your home, that's probably the one where you probably want to spend the most time really looking at it.
Make it light and airy and welcoming.
Exactly. And cozy, which I know seems contradictory, but you have to do all of it. But we'll help you do that.
Yes.
And then, of course, your bathrooms should always feel like an oasis or a spa. And there's some really inexpensive kind of hacks that you can do to make it feel that way. And again, that's something that we help clients do on a daily basis.
And some of the final ones that are my favorites is texture. Obviously, I like texture. Texture is very eye-catching. So having certain aspects of a room, especially a living room, like a textured rug or a textured sofa chair.
Or draperies, yeah.
Or pillows. So pick one of those items to really be the pop for the room from a texture standpoint. And then with your artwork is awesome on big walls. But keep in mind, the bigger the wall, the bigger the artwork that you want to use. It's better to use from a visual standpoint, large frames and canvases on large walls instead of a bunch of little family photos and things like that on a big space, because that can be sometimes more distracting.
Right.
And then with centerpieces, if you have a really beautiful breakfast bar or a big island, have a beautiful centerpiece, as well as, of course, your dining room table. Have that be a focal point in the room. And
well, before you leave that one, though, let's talk about the rule of 3.
Okay.
So the rule of 3 kind of says that it just is a more visually appealing thing, and kind of like with the texture too, you want to add depth.
Yes.
So for centerpieces, you can do 1, or you can do 3 similar shapes or
like
objects.
3 votives, 3 candles.
3 votives, yeah. Or nesting tables, things like that.
Yes.
So I think that that's kind of a really easy one to do, that you probably actually have what you need in your home. You just might need to kind of move it around a little bit and
change the number.
Or change the number, yeah. So we don't like even. You want it to be odd.
Correct.
So
Odd
the rule of
numbers
3
rule.
is really important.
And then one that's the most important to me is scents. Yes, you don't want to have the pet odor and other odors, but you also don't want to have the other extreme. You don't want to over scent your house.
Yeah,
you don't want to have it be
overwhelming.
overwhelming because some people are very sensitive, and again, it can be very distracting if your home smells overpowering like Lysol or
even flower, like some of the
flowers.
and stuff. It's just too much. So you want it to be warm, like a really nice, calm, warm, clean smell.
Linen.
Linen,
my favorite.
Yes. So you really want that warm smell.
And all of these that we have talked about are proven by the industry's leaders in real estate and home design and home staging.
Right.
So they're backed up by evidence and research. So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. So anything that helps you sell your home, we're definitely going to make an effort to get you where you need to be. So with this, we hope that it's helpful. I know we buzzed through quite a few things really quickly because we don't want this to be super long. But we, again, hope it's helpful, and we hope that you like and subscribe to our channel, and then you follow us on all of our social media, so Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can visit us at newpointrealty.com. And then, again, thank you so much for joining us here at New Point Realty, where house meets home.